Hi there, hope you guys are doing really, really well. My name is Brian, and I am your queer psychic bestie, and I have a reading for you. This is going to be a monthly forecast for the sign of Gemini. So if you have Gemini anywhere in your chart, or you vibe with Geminis, you like Gemini energy, then this could be for you, okay? As always, use your discernment and take what resonates and leave what does not. If it's not your story, that's okay. It's not your story. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do that through email or form submission on my website. Let me just push. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, I moved some stuff around. I've been playing with, I got a new webcam, so the quality of the videos should be going up. And I've been playing with lighting a little bit. We're playing with a lot. Y'all gotta bear with me here. I'm new to YouTube. I've never uploaded to YouTube before until now, so we're figuring it out. We're on this journey together, and I love that for us, okay? Let's see. What's going on for you, Gemini? This is for the month of June. For June. If you are part of the Alphabet Mafia, Gemini, happy Pride. All right. Let's get into this. I stream 3 days a week on Twitch. I stream tarot. If you would like to head over and see a collective, hang out with me and the girls of the Discord. I am there Wednesday and Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and Saturday from 4 to 6 Eastern Time as well. So that's where you can find me. Cards are flying, Gemini. All right. Can I get one more for the outcome? Thank you. All right, girls. I shouldn't say, I mean, girlies is gender neutral for me, so, okay. Let's get into this. Bottom of the deck is our challenge. Represents what we're not seeing, what we're not looking at. We've got Death, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, and we've got the High Priestess here. Wow, Gemini. A lot of, so Death and the High Priestess. Death is a card of Scorpio. High Priestess is a card of Pisces. You could have Pisces or Scorpio in your big three or in your chart predominantly. Some of you could also be like readers with the High Priestess. This is coming through, like you could be other readers, other psychics, other mediums, but it feels like for a lot of you in the month of June, the challenge is, I almost want to say adaptation. I feel like you are adapting to either like a different way of living or a different way of making money here with the Ace of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. Yeah, there's like a lot of options showing up for you here in June. And it feels like you're really looking at which ones work best for you. What, you know, how can I make the puzzle pieces fit for me? Like my guides keep showing me Tetris. So this feels like for me in June, for you guys, Gemini, you're doing a lot of Tetrising. You know, you're doing a lot of like, let me fit everything in where I can really fit it, and where I almost want to say like make the most out of it. You could be moving house, some of you, because there's like a lot of like, I almost want to say reconfiguration as well coming through. Like, let me move this around to see how it does over here. Maybe you're working with the feng shui of your place. Like it just feels like you're playing with stuff right now. So let's talk about it. You start right out of the gate with the Ten of Swords. This is air energy as well. Swords are air. So here you are kind of in your own energy, but the Ten of Swords is the end of like a long bitter cycle here. So it really does feel like for me, you're kind of sitting in this place of, I'm ready to let go of something, but I almost feel like you don't know how to. There's like this weird friction here of like, well, how do I let go of it? Because you're crossed by the Tower. So in the Celtic Cross, which is the spread we're doing for you, the crossing card is a help or a hindrance. The Tower's a little bit of both, babe, okay? The Tower does talk about, like, the rug kind of being ripped out from underneath us, but it is often necessary. It's that sort of uncomfortability that surrounds us when we are growing, and that's how this is really coming across for me. Like, it feels like you're growing, but you're uncomfortable about it. I'm also getting very warm, like, as I'm getting into this reading, like, I'm starting to get, like, very warm. And I feel like whenever I get like very warm during a reading, it's like we're talking about big changes here. We're talking about things that make you like very nervous, very uncomfortable. Yeah, but like with the Star and the Seven of Cups here, this is necessary to grow. You know, I feel like for a lot of you guys, a lot of the Geminis out there, The way my guides are saying this is like there's a difference between like enjoying chaos and just simply operating in it. I don't feel like the Geminis I'm connecting with, I don't feel like you guys enjoy chaos. I feel like you can operate well in it, but I don't feel like you fit that Gemini bill of like, oh, I love chaos, I love dysfunction. You know, it does feel like you are kind of in a place of, okay, I don't love this anymore. I'm not vibing with this anymore. How do I get myself out of it? And I feel like use your intuition. I'm hearing, you know, use your intuition, use the tools that are available to you for this pivot is also what I kind of want to call it, like a pivot, to get yourself out of the situation that you're in. Because even in your headspace, you've got the Five of Pentacles. This is abandonment. This is walking away. It really does feel like, Gemini, I mean, Nine of Swords, bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. For some of you, this is work. You know, you're really, I almost want to say you got one foot out the door. You know, it feels like with this Five of Pentacles, you've already started processing it. Yeah, Four of Swords, you may be in like a little bit of like a healing period right now. Rest, relax, recuperate. That's what I always say for the Four of Swords. That's what that card means. Eight of Swords. But you don't really like this. You feel a bit stuck. Four of Swords, Eight of Swords, I feel like, excuse me, the burp is confirmation. Gemini, it feels like you're kind of tapping into some power reserves are the words that I'm hearing. Like, be very careful about burning the candle at both ends right now. It feels like you are just kind of going and going and going and going and not really stopping. And I feel like it's because you have this like adversity to slowing down. You have like this adversity to, just like being present is what I want to say here, like being present in your own life. It feels like when you slow down, you begin to feel trapped. Your life should excite you. You should be excited about your life. You should be happy about your life. It should not feel like a prison, like a trap to you, okay? In your physical world is the Ten of Wands, so this is a heavy burden. You know, it does feel like whatever you are dealing with, whether or not this is a person, a career, or whatever this is for you, it is weighing on you very heavily. You know, and I feel like, I almost feel like there's a sensation here of, this is a little visceral for me, but almost like I'm underwater. Like almost like not drowning, but like I'm like swimmer's ear, like everything is like blurry, everything is fuzzy. And I feel like this just speaks to, again, I mean, you have the High Priestess coming out. It speaks to, again, how much you need to rely on your intuition right now. It feels like you may not be seeing clearly, or you may not be like perceiving your surroundings clearly right now. And it's because you feel this sort of like heavy burden. Like there's almost like a lightheadedness here for me when I'm in your energy, Gemini, which is normal. Gemini energy tends to be a little bit more like uncomfortable for me because it's a little bit more like busy of an energy than I'm used to. You know, I am a Pisces. But it does feel like for a lot of you, you're also feeling it now. Like it feels like this is so funny how my guides are giving this to me. You're understanding the consequences of your own actions. I don't know what that means for you. Obviously take that for what it resonates, but it does feel like this sort of bogged downedness, which is not a real word, don't quote me. It's a result of like some actions that you've taken or actions that you didn't take, and now you're just kind of like laying in your bed is almost what I want to say here. Listen to your intuition, trust your inner compass, trust that voice, because it feels like the 3D world is a bit of a struggle for you right now, okay? In the past, you've got the Four of Wands. I do feel like you went into something looking for commitment. Four of Wands is commitment, okay? It is halfway to marriage. Some of you, like I said, this is a person. But it feels like you had a lesson to learn. I just heard really loud. King of Pentacles. For others of you, this is work. Like I said, there's a couple of narratives coming through. Nine of Pentacles. We're talking about work right now. King of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. I feel like some of you are working on building building from the ground up is how I'm hearing it. You know, it feels like in the past you either rushed into something or you went into something with the idea of like, okay, this is going to provide longevity for me. This is going to provide like long-term stability. So I'm going to sort of like pour a lot of my resources into this. And I don't feel like, how do I say this? It's not that you regret it, because you don't. but you do feel exhausted by it. Okay, I'm really trying to put this the best way I can. It's not regret, but it's almost like I still got to do it. You know, it's really just an exhaustion. I would not fall into the pond of regret here, okay? I don't feel like you regret it. Whatever this is, it taught you a lot, but you are exhausted, okay? In your near future, you've got the Knight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. You will be taking your lot somewhere else, is how I'm hearing it. This is like, the example I'm giving you, the example they're giving me, which I will pass to you, is like, let's say you did, you know, you sell things, you do craft fairs, okay? You went to one craft fair and you were like, wow, this kind of sucks. You bring your stuff, you grab it, you gather it all, and you go to another craft fair. That's the kind of energy that's coming in for the future for you. It's kind of like packing your stuff up and being like, okay, well, I gotta go. It feels like you're pouring your energy into other things that are going to treat you better, is how I really feel about it. You know, Knight of Cups, things that will give back to you, things that will make you feel seen, heard, validated. Yeah, Eight of Wands, I'm telling you. And the Lovers, things are going to move fast for you. Coming into the in like mid-June for you guys, for Gemini, okay? Lovers is the card of Gemini, so you are showing up in your own energy. Absolutely love that. And that Eight of Wands, I feel like you're also getting, I'm hearing like the strength to make decisions. You know, this feels like a moment for you of like, okay, I don't really... It's not that you don't care, but it's a little bit of throwing caution to the wind. You're like, I'm going to make this decision. Whatever happens, it happens, and then we go. You know, it's very proactive, and I feel like you may think of it as a little bit of like, oh, I'm not really caring right now. I wouldn't use those words. I wouldn't use that way of speaking about yourself, okay? I feel like with the Lovers here and the Eight of Wands, it's almost like a go for it moment is what I want to say. It just keeps coming through like that. I'm gonna go. This is also super random. How do I say this? If you lost a ferret in your life, that there's a ferret coming through. For someone here, that's going to be really specific. I don't know a lot of people who have owned ferrets. But if you owned a ferret at one point in your life and then you lost it, just know that animal hasn't really left you. It serves as like a guide for you on the other side, okay? They're showing it to me really clearly. How you're viewing yourself as the Two of Swords. So like I said, this is really nice to see for you, Gemini, because Two of Swords is decision making. You know, it really does feel like you are not... The way I'm hearing it is like waiting around. Like you're not waiting around for other people to... I don't know what this means, like give you advice or like tell you what to do. This really does feel like I'm just going, you know, I'm listening. Again, it's a lot of listening to your intuition, listening to your own compass. This is also going to be specific for someone. Be careful of gossip. My ears are starting to heat up. Like specifically my right ear. Whenever my right ear heats up, like one ear or the other, not both of them. Both of them is a sign for mental illness for me. One of them heating up is like gossip. So be careful with that. Make your own decisions, but also be aware that some people might not be too happy about that in this month, in June. Oh, that was fast. Empress, but you shouldn't care. I love this for you, Gemini. Empress and Justice, because at the end of the day, it's not their business, is how I'm hearing it. I actually just heard really loud, my finances aren't your business. That's for someone. You're going to have a talk with someone about that. For some of you, this could be a mother figure with the Empress showing up. It doesn't have to be, but others of you could be stepping into that Empress energy of like, hey, I'm worth it. I'm worthy. Don't talk to me. I don't need that opinion. I know for myself, okay? It's a really positive place to be. I mean, you have the Lovers twice. I mean, Gemini showing up and showing out here, okay? Lovers twice is really positive. It feels like, especially because this is your superpower. Lovers is the choice card. It was known as the choice card for a very long time. I still read it as, yes, it is loving and lovers and romantic, but it can also be the choice card. Gemini, for you in June, I feel like this is less of love and more of choice. I'll be honest with you. It feels like you are... just, again, making decisions that are right for you, making calls that are good for you. This is really positive. The way I also just heard was putting yourself first for once. you know? Queen of Swords. Ace of Cups. This is a harsh one. Some of you are walking away from a partner. You're leaving a partner behind here. And I feel like a big part of this reading for you guys, for those that are leaving a partner, is the recognition of, my guides really want me to say this, you will find someone better. You will find something better. You will find a relationship that enriches you more than whoever you are leaving right now, whoever you are walking away from right now. Okay? It feels like with that Queen of Swords, you're entering a little bit of harshness right now. You know, you may find that you're a little bit, I'm not going to use the word cruel, but cruel. You may feel like you're being a little bit cruel here. I feel like you are acting out of self-preservation, and I feel like that is a very good move for you right now, okay? Because your hope is the Four of Pentacles. It's also your fear. I feel like this for you guys, Gemini, is more so of a fear of, like, I will never recover, but I feel like you know that that's a fear. Okay, you've been around, the way I'm hearing it is like you've been around the block enough to know that like one relationship will not make you crumble. One relationship will not end you. And I feel like this is a really positive knowledge point for you to remember of like, okay, this isn't going to end me. It didn't end me once. It won't end me again. Divorce. Some of you could be divorced. I just heard divorce really loud. Yeah, Four of Wands. Like I said, some of you could have had, you may have a divorce under your belt. Like you may have been divorced already. But I feel like with the Six of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, this is all here to teach you. You know, I feel like I also want to remind you, when you keep running into the same person in a different body, like an ex, but it's like the same person over and over and over again, you haven't learned a lesson. Okay, so even if we have gotten divorced, don't let the idea simply of like the word of divorce throw you here. There is a lesson for you to learn, and it has to do with like, what are you accepting and what are you settling for? Okay, this feels like Four of Pentacles in the reverse. You have a little bit of abandonment issues to work on because it feels like you are very tight. You hold on to things very, very tight. And I feel like that comes from a childhood wound here of like, well, everything is transient. They will leave. This will leave. I will lose it. And as a result, it feels like you have like a death grip on so many things right now. Your outcome is the Knight of Swords. We love to see it, babe. Okay, Knight of Swords is an outcome. You are rolling out. Is the best way I could put this for you. I can't make it up. Knight of Swords is also on the bottom of your deck. It is both a blessing and a curse for you right now that you are on the way out. I feel like it is a blessing because you are not meant to be here, but it's a little bit of a curse for you because you're sad about it, you know? There's a little bit of, you know, even when we make decisions that are good for us, Six of Cups, there's that inner child. Even if we're making a decision that's good for us, if it comes with the loss, we have to grieve that, okay? We can't just go right past it. And the Sun, yeah. At the end of the day, I feel like you are making really good changes for yourself here. I feel like with the Six of Cups and the Sun, you are... It's like getting away from what was keeping you tied down, but also not seeing it through the lens of like a hurt child anymore. It feels like you are seeing it through that lens of an adult, which is really positive, and you're not letting the inner child sort of keep you bound to something that's not meant for you anymore, okay? Really great reading for you guys this month, Gemini. I'm going to pull you an oracle card. This is the Angelarium. It is a reimagining of the Falling of the Angels. It's like my favorite oracle deck right now, so let's get you an oracle advice before we wrap up, before you leave me. Okay. Gemini, please. Gemini, please. Thank you. Girls, she's not leaving you alone. This is like the third time this card has come out for the collectives. Your angel is Chazakiel, Angel of Mists. Love this card. All right, I'm going to read it to you because whoever wrote this book did a phenomenal job. The number is also 27. If you are interested in numerology, this is 27. Okay. Despair creeps up slowly and seductively. The romance of sadness brings us into its embrace and shields our eyes from the light in the world. If you are drawing this card, ask yourself if your vision has narrowed. Peer beyond the fog. Look for a glimmer in the distance rather than the shadows at your feet. No matter how tight the walls close, the larger world is always still out there. Okay? For those of you that feel trapped, you will not feel trapped for much longer, but also remember, you have the power to untrap yourself. You have the power to get yourself out of this, and I feel like you are doing that in the month of June. All right, Gemini, I'm so proud of you. You are doing really, really well, all right? I will leave this here for you. Like I said, I stream 3 days a week on Twitch. If you would like to join, I have a Discord community. You can also join if you would like. I would really appreciate if this resonates with you, if you like the way that I read, I would really appreciate like a like and a subscribe. I'm new to YouTube. I'm on the way to 100 subscribers. So yeah, hopefully I will see you on Twitch. I hope to see you over there. But if I don't, I will see you, Gemini, in the next reading. Okay? Bye.